Today, we're going to dive into this really cool thought experiment called the syntax of certainty. It's built around one simple but honestly reality-bending idea that might just change how you think about our world. No, really. Just pause for a second and try to picture it. A reality where the whole concept of asking for information just doesn't exist. How would you learn anything? How would you solve a problem? How would you even get to know someone? It's a world that plays by a totally different rulebook. And trust me, it's way more unsettling than you might think.
All right, so let's lay out the ground rules for this place. In this world, every single thing you say has to be a statement. You're not asking, you're telling. Every word out of your mouth is presented as a fact.
So, the only tool you have to communicate with is the declarative statement. You can say things like, the sky is blue. You can offer an explanation, like the car stopped because it's out of gas. But what you can't do is ask if the sky is blue, or ask why the car stopped. You can only declare what you believe to be true. And that, well, that has some pretty serious ripple effects.
And here's where you can really see the difference. On the left, that's us. We have this rich, varied way of talking. We ask, we command, we state. But on the right, their world is fundamentally missing a piece. They can still give commands, pass the salt, but that crucial third pillar, the ability to ask, to inquire, it's just gone.
So what happens when an entire society is built on this foundation of absolute statements? Well, the consequences aren't just a little awkward, they are deeply unsettling. And you can see the whole system start to crack in the one place that absolutely needs questions to survive.
Yep, a court of law. Our whole justice system is basically a machine designed to find the truth by asking questions, right? Cross-examinations, witness testimony, it all depends on the ability to inquire. But in this world, that machine is completely broken.
So picture the lawyer. He can't ask, "Did you kill her?" That sentence structure literally doesn't exist. He's forced to just make a declarative statement, a flat accusation based on whatever evidence he has. You killed her. There's no room for nuance, no way to ask for clarification.
And the defendant's reply? I possibly did. How chilling is that? Is that a confession? Is it just a statement of uncertainty? How can a court possibly move forward from that? The answer is, it can't. Without being able to ask, what do you mean by that? Or can you explain? The search for truth just hits a brick wall. The syntax of certainty creates a world of total, paralyzing ambiguity. But even in a world stuck like this, a couple of people saw not just a problem, but an opportunity. An opportunity to change not just their language, but to basically hack the very fabric of their universe with a simple revolutionary idea. And these are our heroes, Trini and Tom. They were scientists who looked at their world of absolute statements and saw what everyone was missing. They got that the barrier wasn't just about grammar, it was fundamental. And they decided they were going to do something about it.
And here's their master plan. First, they saw the problem. A life without asking questions is a life without progress. Second, they engineered a solution, a brand new piece of linguistic tech. A symbol they called the curiosity punctuation mark, which, of course, we know as the question mark. And finally, step 3, they unleashed it on the world, introducing the power of inquiry to a civilization that had never, ever known it.
Now, this isn't just some fun sci-fi story. This whole thought experiment shines a huge spotlight on the single most important cognitive tool we have. A tool that is so common, so everyday for us, that we forget just how revolutionary it really is. I mean, just think about what their little invention unlocked. With the question came doubt, the ability to challenge a statement instead of just accepting it as fact. With doubt came discovery. The entire scientific method is just an engine for asking questions. And that led to progress. On a human level, just being able to ask how you feel or what do you think unlocked the door to real understanding, to empathy.
For Trini and Tom's world, inventing the question mark was like discovering fire. It wasn't just a new way to write something down. It was a completely new way to think, a new way to be. It fundamentally changed what was possible in their universe.
And that brings it all back to our world, a world that is thankfully full of questions, but maybe we don't always ask the right ones. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. With everything going on, all the challenges we face, all the things we hope to achieve, what's the one question our world really needs to be asking right now?